This is an Apple iPhone 8 Plus that's already been used for 7 years. It's also one of Apple's more commonly customized devices by users. After all, it's been 7 years. And with all the system updates and iterations, its performance is not what it used to be. What this owner wants really surprised me, no matter the cost. They want to use the best materials to restore this phone to its optimal condition. However, for a phone that's currently only worth a few $100, even just a battery isn't cheap. For now, the phone's exterior looks more or less intact, but the glass is clearly cracked. Other than the cracked glass, there aren't really any other functional issues. After all, the phone has been around for 7 years. One battery has lasted 7 years. That's quite something, right? So right now, we need to address the front glass cover and the battery's battery life problem. Why do I say this repair will cost several $100s? Because this phone is already 7 years old, yet the owner insists on installing an official, original Apple battery. And as everyone knows, besides being top-notch, an official battery is not cheap at all. So for such an old phone, which isn't worth much, installing an official battery really shows its true love. During the teardown, we could clearly feel that this phone was still in its original state. And this was its first time being opened for repair. Although the battery had already degraded, it was indeed the original battery. First, we need to repair the damaged front glass cover. For an LCD screen, replacing the cover glass is relatively straightforward. Remove the screen. Then take out the front-facing camera and earpiece flex cable. Because of the broken glass, the blue light filter on the front camera was damaged. We'll handle that shortly. Remove the fingerprint button and the shield bracket from the display. Then grind open both ends of the display's bracket. Use a specialized heating bracket to heat the sides of the display's frame and pry it off. Will the display be okay after such an operation? Let's keep a little suspense for now. Let's go ahead and replace this expensive official Apple battery first. We remove the 7-year-old battery. The adhesive strip linking the battery to the rear casing has basically melted into a heat-bonded state. We have to use alcohol to thoroughly clean it so it comes off neatly. After half an hour of scrubbing, it's finally all cleaned off. At this point, we also clean the residue around the waterproof adhesive, grime that's been there for 7 years, and scrub all the parts thoroughly. Now the device starts to look and smell cleaner. And this here is the official battery, still worth about 400 yuan. Honestly, we replace official batteries every day. But doing so for a phone worth only a few hundred is a first. It's a bit like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. We install the battery, then use a roller to press it firmly in place so it adheres better. So we've installed a battery worth several hundred just like that. Now let's test this phone that has had its bracket removed. We attach the screen, install the battery, and press the power button. Oh no, it won't light up. Did we mess this up? Don't panic yet. Let's reconnect the battery and plug in the charger. Fortunately, now it powers on. Because official batteries have 0 cycle count, they typically require the charger to reactivate them. That's why pressing the power button the first time did nothing. Next, we need to separate the cover glass. First, we tape the screen to keep it secure, then place the screen on a heating platform using heat and a blade. We remove the glue from all 4 corners. Now we can use a cutting wire to slice between the cover glass and the display. Once the cutting wire reaches the final edge, the screen is separated. The display still lights up, so no issues there. We grab a new cover glass to line it up, no problem. Next, we have to remove the old adhesive on the screen. Using a rubber roller and the heated platform, separating the glue becomes very simple. Then we use alcohol to thoroughly wipe away any glue residue on the display. At this point, confirming the display is still good, we align the one-piece bracket and use tape or a clamp to fix the screen and bracket together. Attaching the cover glass is actually quite straightforward. There are still many bubbles inside, so we have to use a bubble removing agent to get rid of them. After the debubbling process, the screen is fully repaired. Even though this is an older model, we're not skimping on the work. We put a new waterproof adhesive on it, reinstall everything, and perform some maintenance. The battery on. The iPhone 8 Plus isn't encrypted, but if you want the system's official battery recognition, you have to run a battery diagnostic tool. Some people may not fully understand. A phone can be a productivity tool, or it can be a vessel for memories of daily life. This device, in each person's hands, holds a unique significance. For this owner, this practically worthless phone is worth the high repair cost precisely because it has accompanied him for 7 years, through many ups and downs in his formative years. Even though it can no longer serve as his primary device, restoring it to its best condition allows it to remain by his side. Do you have a device that's also filled with precious memories?